Dear students, this is the last session of the importance of microbes. Here we are going to discuss about harmful effects of microbes. We already discussed the beneficial aspects of microbes, and here we are going to discuss the harmful effects of microbes. So the damage caused by microbes attract more attention, often due to direct impact on the human health as well as huge economic losses it causes. So this is what attract humans most, the harmful effects of microbes rather than the beneficial effects. This is because due to the direct impact on human health and the huge economic losses it is causing due to several diseases in humans as well as in the animals and plants. And a best example is the very recent pandemic of COVID-19. So due to their omnipresence in our environments, we are exposed to harmful microbes very often. It is present everywhere and anywhere. So we are exposed to it very often. And it is our immune system which is helping us to stop the entry of microorganisms into our body. So some microorganisms cause damage to humans indirectly by harming other animals and plants that is of direct use to us. Our farm animals or the crop plants that is also infected by various microbes, and this is an indirect effect on us. It will cause economic loss to humans. So that way also microorganisms are becoming harmful. So first we will talk about the pathogenic microbes. Organisms that are capable of causing diseases are known as pathogens, and the ability to cause disease is known as pathogenicity. And diseases are the most important damage microbes are causing. Several infectious diseases in plants, animals as well as in humans. So there are several hundreds of diverse viral, bacterial, fungal, protist species which causes diseases. And some of the common, now we are talking about the diseases caused in humans. Some of the common bacterial diseases are cholera, tuberculosis, tetanus, diphtheria, typhoid, plague, syphilis, leprosy. These are all caused by common bacterial, certain bacteria. So this is Vibrio cholerae, which is causing cholera. Image of Vibrio cholerae. So this cholera, it is a bacterial disease. The symptom is severe diarrhea and dehydration. And it is usually spread through contaminated water. And if it is not treated, it is fatal also. This is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is causing tuberculosis. So this is a diagram showing the spread of tuberculosis. You can see in an infected person, first person, there will be the lungs, the part where this Mycobacterium tuberculosis infect is the lungs. It grow in the lungs, so and through the respiratory system it comes outside, and it can be transmitted to a second healthy person while the infected person is coughing, sneezing or talking. Tuberculosis, it is a potentially serious infectious bacterial disease that mainly affects the lungs, and it can be spread through coughs or sneezes. Then common fungal diseases which affect humans are aspergillosis, candidiasis, athlete's foot, ringworms, etc. There are so many diseases, but these are some of the common diseases. Just giving you some examples. So this is athlete's foot. Look, it is infection between the toes. So this is a fungal infection that usually begins between the toes. And it is commonly occurring in people which are very sweaty and where their feet are confined within tight fitting shoes. Ringworm infection. This is also a fungal disease. These are the images of ringworm infection. So ringworm, it is a highly contagious fungal infection which is formed on the skin or on the scalp. And it spread by skin to skin contact by touching an infected animal or object. Next is disease caused by protists. Some examples are amoebiasis, malaria, giardiasis, leishmaniasis, African sleeping sickness, etc. African sleeping sickness is also known as trypanosomiasis. So malaria, it is caused by the protist, that is Plasmodium. There are several species of Plasmodium, and that causes malaria. And this malaria there is a vector who is transmitting the malaria or the malarial parasite, that is the mosquitoes, female Anopheles mosquitoes. You already studied in detail about malaria or this about the Plasmodium in previous semesters. This is Trypanosoma pallidum, or which is causing trypanosomiasis. This is also a protist. This is EC fly which transmit trypanosomiasis. This is a vector in the case of trypanosomiasis or African sleeping sickness. So African sleeping sickness, it is a disease caused by infection with the parasite Trypanosoma brucei, or there is also Trypanosoma pallidum. These are different species which is causing the African sleeping sickness, and it is transmitted from human to human by CC fly bites. Then common viral infections are chickenpox, poliomyelitis, HIV infection, AIDS, dengue fever, influenza, mumps, measles, encephalitis, hepatitis, etc. This is mumps. Image shows mumps. It is a viral infection that affects salivary glands, and it is easily preventable by a vaccine. Here we prevent it using the vaccine MMR. Here the mumps affects the parotid glands and salivary glands, all the other salivary glands, and it spreads through infected saliva. This is smallpox, and again another viral disease which is already now said to be eradicated. Smallpox, you can see it is a deadly disease and often fatal. So apart from diseases caused to humans, these microbes also attack animals and plants, causing various economic loss to humans. And it is estimated that over half of the potential crop yield is lost to plant pathogens, including virus, bacteria, and fungi. So examples of some common viral diseases that occur in plants are leaf mosaic of tapioca, bunchy top of banana. Then some common bacterial diseases that are occurring in plants are citrus canker and bacterial blight of paddy. Then fungal diseases are blast disease of paddy, abnormal leaf fall of rubber. Then certain mycoplasma also cause diseases in plants, for example root wilt of coconut. Next harmful effect of microorganisms is toxicosis. Here this is the accidental or deliberate consumption of some poisonous microbes into the body. Accidental or deliberate consumption of some poisonous microbes that causes toxicosis. For example, consumption of food contaminated with the bacterium Salmonella. If the food is contaminated with Salmonella's products also, that is the toxin produced by Salmonella, that can also cause the problem in the person who is consuming it. So either the bacterium itself or the toxin produced by the bacteria, both can cause severe toxicosis in the person who is consuming it, and this is known as salmonellosis. It causes severe gastroenteritis, and sometimes this is fatal also. This is what we call food poisoning. Then another form of food poisoning is aspergillosis. It is caused by a fungal species Aspergillus. This Aspergillus produces a toxin known as aflatoxin, which is a contaminant of nuts and grain. And this aflatoxin is both a toxin and carcinogen. Then also the consumption of certain poisonous mushrooms can lead to human and animal death. Next harmful effect of microbes is toxic blooms. So under certain optimal condition, what happens is photosynthetic protists and algae can flourish in the marine environment. And many of these protists are dinoflagellates, which contains poisons And these poisons are toxic to marine fish as well as other animals. It may be toxic to humans also. So these protists, for example dinoflagellates, they bloom when the conditions are favorable, and so the water will be predominated with their toxin, and that will be causing the death of fishes as well as causing certain diseases in humans if consumed. So one such phenomenon is known as red tide, where the dinoflagellate population bloom occurs. And these dinoflagellates secrete a neurotoxic compound known as saxitoxin. It gets accumulated in the body of shellfish. So this dinoflagellate is a protist. It secretes a neurotoxic compound known as saxitoxin, and this gets accumulated in the shellfish. And when this shellfish is consumed by man, it causes paralytic shellfish poisoning in humans. Then toxins are also formed in certain other protists or other groups of algae called diatoms. These diatoms can secrete a toxin called domoic acid, which accumulate in the body of mussels. And when these contaminated mussels are consumed by man, that causes amnesic shellfish poisoning in humans. And this is sometimes fatal also. What is this amnesic shellfish poisoning? It is a short-term memory loss. Sometimes it is fatal. Next harmful effect caused by microbes is the biodeterioration. What is biodeterioration? It is a degradation of materials by biological activities. Degradation of materials. Degradation of organic materials. Or sometimes it can cause a degradation of inert materials also. So many enzymes secreted by the fungi are important in the degradation of dead organic material. They form the decomposer section. Many of the fungi, bacteria, they form the decomposer section, and they are important in the degradation of dead organic material and thus helping in biogeochemical cycles. And these same enzymes can cause serious economic losses when present in undesirable situations. For example, fungi can cause deterioration of organic materials such as wood, cloth, leather, hydrocarbons, food items. For example, if we keep bread for a few days outside, means for some 4 to 5 days, we can see the bread is getting deteriorated. Fungus is starting to grow on the bread. So that is a deterioration caused by fungus on bread. So this fungi can also tarnish glass. Also, it can cause it can augment the corroding of metal. Next, bioterrorism. This is another harmful effect, harmful side of use of microbes by humans. Bioterrorism is the use of germs such as viruses, bacteria, fungi or toxins from living organisms to kill or cause diseases in humans, animals and plants. So from infected organisms, these pathogens are taken and these pathogens are used to kill healthy organisms, or it is used to kill humans. Okay, that is known as bioterrorism. If the microorganisms are used to kill enemy forces, it is called biowarfare. And there are examples from our history for biowarfare. Pathogen germs of plague, typhoid, cholera, anthrax, etc. were used as agents of warfare by USA, UK, Germany, Canada, USSR during World War I and II. Also, it is said that there are so many nations, war-mongering nations, who are still developing more potential bioweapons. So, these are the harmful sides of microbes. And with this, I close. Hope you all understood the importance of microbes, both beneficial and harmful effects. Thank you.